campaigners want more to be done to protect bike riders on the capital streets. Glenn Goodman reports.
Cycling in the city is a dangerous game. Last year, 16 cyclists were killed in London and thousands of others were injured. Last night, about 2,000 campaigners pedalled through Whitehall ahead of a parliamentary debate on cycling safety this afternoon. Boris Johnson once pledged to make life better for cyclists, but not everyone's convinced he succeeded.
Remember your pledges when you said you would make this a cycling city, and he hasn't really improved the number of people cycling, and you need more than just cycle hire bikes to make it safer to really get people onto the bikes.
There's a lot of naughty cyclists that give the rest of us a bad name, and I really don't like that.
Sometimes they sort of fly past you, don't even see you, some of them.
We got a big programme and we're doing 500 junctions and roundabouts which we're looking at modernising, improving for pedestrians, smooth the traffic flow, and of course also for cyclists. And be in no doubt that all our lorries, all Crossrail lorries are now being specially modified and checked so that they're not dangerous for cyclists, or the dangers are reduced.
Cycling campaigner Mike Cavanagh is hoping the MPs will take the issue seriously.
Main roads need good quality, wide bike lanes, and when you come to a big junction like King's Cross, I mean, this whole area should be redesigned. I mean, this is not fit for a city centre.
The motion to be debated this afternoon calls on the government to take action to reduce the number of cyclists killed and injured on our roads. Glenn Goodman, London Today.
The body of senior aircraftman Ryan Tomlin from Hemel Hempstead will be repatriated today. The 21-year-old, who was part of the Squadron Royal Air Force Regiment, was killed in Afghanistan on the 13th of February by an insurgent attack. Newham Council spent nearly £1 million on their failed bid for the Olympic Stadium. This final cost includes all financial, legal and technical advice, but the council has said that nearly £400,000 worth of the completed work can be used by the Olympic Park Legacy Company. Police have launched an investigation after a partially blind man was attacked on a train between London, Victoria and Shortlands. CCTV images have been released of two men they believe could help them with the investigation into an incident which took place on the evening of Monday, the 30th of January. Police want to hear from anyone who may have witnessed the incident. An official announcement has been made about the London 2012 closing ceremony. It's going to be a celebration of the best bits of British music, art, fashion and design, as well as a huge celebration of London and its landmarks. Our entertainment correspondent Lucrezia Millarini sent this report.
Yes, well, the team responsible for bringing us the closing ceremony on August the 12th, which will take place at the Olympic Stadium, met here today to make the announcement, and it's being called a symphony of British music. And British music will feature heavily throughout the 2.5-hour show. It's going to be directed by the British director, Stephen Daldry, and I spoke to him earlier, and he told us a little bit more about what to expect. He wasn't giving away any names just yet, saying we have to keep some surprises for the show, but he did say London would be reflected.
Visually, it's a huge celebration of London. The music is everything from the British Isles. Visually, it's a celebration of London and how those two meet, converse, blow up. I mean, it's a whole idea, really. But visually, it will be a celebration of London and its landmarks as much as it is about music in the British Isles.
Yeah. And of course, it won't just be London. There will be an 8-minute segment devoted to Brazil, who of course will host the next games. And this is what we can expect from that.
They're going to come here and do an 8-minute section, and they've got a very prominent place to perform in the centre of the stadium. So I'm excited to see what they come up with, and like I say, I hope it's just full of the colour and the things we expect from them.
So a little bit of carnival in London ahead of the Notting Hill Carnival, and I think we'd all like that, wouldn't we?
Lucrezia Millarini there with that report. Now, here's the weather with Robin.
British weather can be a right pain in the...
Anadin, sponsors of the London weekday weather. Hello again. Things looking positive for the next 36 hours. It's going to be dry and mild, and in fact, where the sun breaks through, it'll end up feeling really quite warm. For the rest of this afternoon, it's a pretty good story. Some cloud around, but nicely broken, so there'll be some sunny spells on offer. A moderate but mild westerly breeze. Temperatures comfortably up to 16 degrees Celsius, possibly even a touch warmer than that in extended spells of sunshine. And not much change really overnight tonight. It'll be staying dry, mild as well, with values getting down to no lower than around 8 or 9 degrees and variable cloud amounts. And then tomorrow morning, a dry start, albeit a fairly cloudy one. 1 or 2 glimmers of brightness perhaps during the early part of the day, and come the afternoon, that cloud will thin once more. There'll be some sunny spells again. We'll hang on to a moderate westerly, but temperatures perhaps not quite as good as today's, but still mild with highs of 15 degrees. See you later.
Anadin, sponsors of the London weekday weather.
Finally, a new scheme has been launched to encourage Londoners to help their neighbours switch to digital television. You can lend a hand simply by telling those who are eligible for extra help, including older and disabled people, about the Switchover Help Scheme. The deadline to make the switch is April the 4th. That is all from us for now. You can get updates throughout the day by following @London Tonight on Twitter. We'll be back at 6. Have a good afternoon. Goodbye.
Forsvundet kvinde. Lige fundet. En morder på fri fod.
The hit Scandinavian drama